Thank you.
So, you guys are Day of Doom?
That's right, man.
You guys are from Long Island?
That's it.
Yep.
I know nothing about you guys. The first time I've ever heard of you guys.
Okay.
So I guess give a little history of the band. How long have you been, as a group together, and how long have you been playing together?
The band has been playing since early 2000. But as far as us here, Rich Hervey, Sam
Yeah,
Lara,
trio
Doug
that we got.
Randazzo, we've known each other since early 90s. So we have a long history together. But as far as Day of Doom goes, it's early 2000s. We're on our third release. The first release was Night of Horror. The second release was Slaves to Insanity. And our latest release, which is called The Gates of Hell, which is being released June 6th on Lava Dome Productions. We just signed with them a few months back. And it's brutal. It's evil.
Brutal death metal.
That's it.
Right, man.
Love it heavy.
Loves on the
Technical
ground.
death metal.
If you're a fan of Human Remains, Ripping Corpse, Gorguts,
Morbid
Suffocation,
Angel.
Morbid Angel, with a hint
Right.
of this.
Definitely has the old school feel that a lot of people appreciate. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, being from Long Island, I guess a lot of the influences of the old New York death metal scene, are obviously there,
Sure,
especially
absolutely.
being, I guess, involved
and
with it
we've
since
been
the
there
90s.
since.
Right,
We've
right.
been going since 90,
Right,
99 with all
we're
these
not
guys,
just
you know?
fans of
Stem
Suffocation.
from-
We're friends with Suffocation.
Yeah,
Sure.
we know those guys.
Doug Cerrito actually recorded our first album and actually played solos on there. And we're great friends with all those guys to this day. We make it a point to not be Suffocation rip-off band. There's definitely an influence, but there isn't highway robbery.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But yeah, man, those are our bros. But we have tons of other influences. It's all in there. I mean, there's a progressive influence, just in time nature. We get that from Dream Theater, and things of that nature. And this
Incorporate more into a death metal feel, Things a lot of the other
right.
styles
Odd
are doing, we're
times,
trying to
playing
do.
3. It goes
Brutal
over some
fucking death
people's
metal.
heads, but that's the fun part. And the vocals, it's not just gurgle. I write the lyrics, so we make it a point that we just don't write about this killing and we're going to stab you over and over again every song. There's actual meaning to these songs about things that are relevant till at this point in history.
Well, even this new album too is like a concept album, kind of, So we're jumping around different styles and different, we're doing different things as per album. You'll hear lots of, it's all brutal death metal, but you hear different influences in all the CDs, and all the recordings. So, but this new one is definitely our heaviest fucking shit to go.
Yeah, man.
I know that, watching your show tonight, as a first listener, I could tell that there are a lot of different influences, not just the typical death metal.
Absolutely.
It's 6-string bass,
Yeah,
and you're
absolutely.
playing some crazy, tapping stuff, and, very complex, and your solos are a bit more, I guess you could say, atonal than a lot of other stuff, and it's out there a little bit.
I like this discordant sound, because by being discordant, it kind of separates me from a lot of the other guys.
It's not typical. Like
It's
people
not typical.
follow like your
and I'm
rhythm.
more of a
Yeah.
feel lead player than a theorist.
Outside of the death metal bands that you guys named, you mentioned Dream Theater. What other bands or musicians have influenced you guys that might not normally be associated with death metal bands?
You got
Sure.
Rush.
Yeah, Rush, you got
Iron Maiden.
Porcupine Tree
Um,
stuff.
I'll say as a bass player, Mudvayne. Watching the bass player there, he was very influential for me. But I mean, to get back to the death metal, of course, Alex Webster. You know what I mean?
Steve DiGiorgio, I'm sure.
The original bass player from Gorguts, I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
dude, I don't know
there's
why.
a
Pat,
lot of
no, it wasn't
influences,
Pat.
man.
Yeah, I have a very,
Tiamat bands like that.
I definitely went right past Charlie Watts from the Rolling Stones, on the drums. I mean, there's been tons, without a doubt, Peter Criss is the reason why. That's a lot of people. But as far as playing goes wise, there's so many different drummers that made me do different things. I mean, you have
the technicality of Buddy Rich.
Buddy
How about
Rich.
that? Yeah, man.
I love Buddy Rich. I mean, it's pure fact right there. I mean, I play a big double bass kit, but I mean, if you can't play on a 4-piece, 5-piece drum set, then I always believe it's time to put it down. It's don't cry. Go up there and do what you got to do and make the best of it. I mean, I'm trying to think. There's so many other drummers. I mean, I got Dave Weckl, and there's, like he said, Buddy Rich, Neil Peart.
Derek Roddy, right?
Well, Roddy's more of the new. But before Roddy, there was Pete Sandoval, Gene Hoglan.
Sure.
I mean, I know a lot of people rip on him, But I mean, you listen to Lars play on Ride the Lightning. There's fucking no stop on that album. That was young, ruthless, ready to go. I mean, he was ready to go. Lombardo, forget about it, man.
Without dissolving into a Metallica discussion.
Yeah.
But Ride the Lightning is kind of the atypical Metallica album, I think, in their career.
Well,
it's way more technical than a lot of their other material is.
Right. I mean, the best he ever was is when he went back and started taking lessons again before Justice. It showed because he started playing off time.
Justice for me was my favorite.
Yeah, I mean,
we also
drumming.
What you always wanted to do the background bass on there because you couldn't hear it.
It's also
the bass is so wounded.
But
it's also classical.
You can just
feel
play
to
right
this,
over it, and you can make up whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Right. You're just jamming with them.
There's also a classical influence. So we even got piano on this new album. It opens up a whole new door.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of classical music.
DeLuca,
Mozart.
man.
Yeah, DeLuca. Different
Mm.
styles. We got jazz going on. We got crazy grinds. We got the freaking old school thrash.
Al Di Meola.
Yeah.
That's another one. Return to Forever. Another. If we left that out, Return to Forever.
Romantic Warriors.
That's it. There you go.
Albums of all time.
And to me, and I'm sure these guys agree, probably, and I'm glad he's still alive to this day, the most underrated guitarist to ever play on this fucking worthless planet is Jason Becker. How people don't go home and just listen to Perpetual Burn is beside me. You know what I mean? It's just like right there, man. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing his right, but Admiral Akbar from, I don't know, he's the guy from Star Wars. But it's kind of like that. I'm not saying his name right. But a lot of people don't know. Becker played all the keyboards. He played all the bass. He did every bit of guitar on there. It's just him and a drummer throwing down. And it's just stuff like that. We love it. People are like, oh, shit. And of course, we like to rap in Duke.
We listen to the 80s hits.
No, I mean, some of that stuff is heavy in its own way because of things that they have to say. You know what I mean? If you listen to like NWA, you listen to Public Enemy, they weren't just rapping about their parents being down and about how many girls were. It was, there was a message. It was just like, yo, this is what the fuck is going down. That I could appreciate. The same beat over and over again, that's a whole nother story. I always had to put a drum fill in there,
You guys played at the Acheron tonight.
Yes.
Great venue. They have the best bacon wrapped hot dogs I've ever had.
Oh boy. And that's what we're doing next.
I expect you to. What other venues have you played? What other bands have you played with? At least
I think our first show was what? Hammersea, was it?
We played. Well, no. Our first show was we played a
local
Long Island a local Long Island club, and that was with Killjoy and a few other bands together. Pallets went, but then it started taking off. We played Gramercy Theater with Broken Hope, Necrocomicon, Disgorge, and Deicide. Then we played Revolution with Suffocation. Then we played Webster Hall with Dehumanized, Torturous Inception, and Suffocation again. And then,
We did Dehumanize with Immortal Suffering.
Then we just played Blackthorn. We played with Malignancy and Immortal Suffering, and like that's what he said, and a few other.
More door.
Yeah, and now we played here tonight. And, there's a few we're leaving out. We've got like 10 under our belt. We're playing the 31st. We're playing the NYDM annual. So that should be a great night. Come down to that. Eastern Long Island. Yaphank.
It's a bit of a drive for me. I'm from New Jersey, so.
But
hey,
we're trying to get out that way, man. We are trying. We're trying. Was it the Blue Room and Starland? So.
See, Starland's 5 minutes from my house because I live in Old Bridge.
All right,
so that's right near my house. I still remember before Starland there was Birch Hill, and you had Chrome, and you had all those different venues.
Yeah, man, great places. So it's great that people are coming out and people still Sunday. I know it's rough on a Sunday night, and we all have work. Everybody's got work, But don't bitch. Come out and support the scene. I mean, I know it's
so you get 2 hours of sleep, and then you go to sleep.
Tough it out.
We're here right now, and I got to be up at 4. Fuck it.
I mimic that exact same wake-up call. So
there you go.
So you guys said, on stage that you have some shitty hardcore band playing around the corner, and they kind of hit up, I guess maybe on the attendance here.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
It was still, I think you got the bands that were out here, or the people out here that wanted to hear you guys, and that's sometimes better than anything else.
Absolutely.
Right?
I'd rather
like
have.
You said, we could play with 1 or 10.
Right. It's like these people with the Facebook. Yeah, we got 34,000 people yeah, 6 of them listen to your band. You know, we're fucking happy
If
for
we,
you.
but
You
if we
know,
weren't here tonight, we'd be jamming anyway. You know.
right? You know,
We'd be in the
and
studio
we're grateful.
rocking
You know,
out.
like you're here, and like you said, you know, I'd rather have 10 diehards than stragglers who come in who just don't give a shit. You know, it just doesn't make a difference to me. You know, I mean, that's just the way we feel. We were just talking about that. Look at all these pants and all these likes. And I was just like,
check those guys out.
and I was just like, you know, it doesn't matter how many likes you have. You know, that don't mean shit to us. You know, we have the people who we have on there consistently write that they like what we're doing. That's way more important than
you guys have been involved since before likes existed. So,
exactly.
You know,
yeah, like
you
was
guys,
a knock on my door, going, "Yo, that sounds
you
fucking
guys,
great."
You know?
Yeah, man, no doubt.
Back then, they just come up to you and say, "Yo, I liked you guys."
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah, exactly. You guys, you said you have a new album that's coming out. I think you mentioned in June.
Yeah, we
perhaps?
have right now. Right now,
June
you
6th.
could go on to Lava Dome Bandcamp. Digital pre-orders are up. June 6th, the album comes out, The Gates of Hell. You can purchase that through Lava Dome. There's also going to be a new sick shirt. It's so brutal, and you can get bundle packages. And yeah, man, you know,
Album art
great.
done by Raul Gonzalez, man.
Yeah,
Crazy,
the artwork
crazy,
was done by Raul
crazy
Gonzalez.
artwork, man.
The album cover was we came up with a concept. There's 11 songs on the album, and the whole album cover as a whole, if you look at it, each song represents a picture that's on there. And it's just trying to go back to like the old school, Hella Waits and whatnot, and have a concept where it's just not someone dying up there. There's actually a meaning to it. If you like The Gates of Hell, The Gate of Hell is on there. There's a song, Father's Lies, and you see the angel basically in despair. And you got a Reborn Through Oblivion Flames. There's an angel, and he's just caught in between on fire. And then you have Feasting on the Flesh of the Godly Ones. There's a creature
If you
that's
look
eating his
closely,
name.
you can pick out the song title.
Yeah.
What's
It's
going on in the picture?
And
you know,
every
we
song
actually-
title, you're gonna see the background of what represents that song. You know what I mean?
Right, the inside is like a little bit of an old scripture where there's burnt edges. And Mark from Art Wars did that. He actually plays in a band called Lifeless. And he did a great job with the layout. We got to say, we lucked out, man. We lucked out. A lot of our friends have gotten, I'm sure you've heard it through the music business. You know, our owner of our label, Jan, he's an amazing guy. He's done nothing but support the band, been behind us, been reasonable, worked out stuff. I mean, I remember when Ripping Corpse got their album. It doesn't even have their logo on the fucking album cover. You know, so it's definitely a big thing.
All right, you got it, bro. We gotta move down.
That's fun. So you said multiple times that you're really focused on having meaning in your lyrics.
Yeah.
So tell me about some of the themes that you incorporated into the lyrics on this album, and maybe some of the lyrics and themes that you've incorporated in the past on some of your albums.
Okay.
Since that seems to be very important to you as a lyricist and a band.
Well, as I said earlier, a lot of it has to do with things that are either been throughout history or history at the moment. Things like Father's Lies.
Hold up.
Things like Father's Lies, which are basically, it's totally great to believe in something, but anything that forces you have to do this, have to do that, man, that's not freedom. There's no.
It attacks your conscience.
Yeah, and I feel like that's Father's Lies. It basically focuses around religion that basically is being fucking hypocritical. If they actually, I'm sure you've looked through a Bible, it's fucking completely hypocritical about what's written in there. Everybody has a right to believe what they want. I won't force anything down anybody's throat, but the fact is that it's all lies. Exactly, worthless lies. And then we have things like The Gates of Hell. Some of the songs are based a little
psychological.
Yeah, psychological. Definitely have a movie theme to it. You know what I mean? Try to have a little fun.
It's conceptual.
You know what I mean?
It
can't all be. I want it to be serious, but on the other hand, I mean, what's realistic about his zombies eating people? You know what I mean? It's The Walking Dead. I'm sitting there. But then on the other hand, we have a song, Embrace Your Demise, and it does focus in on a zombie apocalypse. But the basic concept is you're gonna die. Stop crying. Embrace it. Live your life day to day. Enjoy the people that are around you. Love your kids. Love your friends. You know, the people that are around you that support and appreciate what you do. Be good, man. That's it. You know what I mean? There's enough scumbags on this fucking, as I said, worthless planet that, you know what? It doesn't take a lot to be a good human being. Just a little bit, man. You know, we've been let down. Some of our favorite bands. And I try to talk to them. We play with them. And they're the biggest fucking douchebags you ever met. You're like, how you gonna ever listen to their CD again? It's totally reverse of what you should be. So that's what that is. I'm trying to think of somebody. Oh, we have Slaughter of the Lamb, which is again touching on religion, which the whole album is. You know, there's like Doug said,
the whole album is like a conceptual album. It's pretty much, you know, a rendition of a journey through hell via each song and going through the track. And
7 circles.
And, and there's different caverns and different sections, levels, or rather, you know, where you're experiencing different melodic tones.
Yeah, caverns.
Yeah, different
caverns.
Yeah, you know, so you're gonna. As you're going through the album, you'll see the different areas of your, you know, placement, or what you're actually listening to, what you're going through. You know, I mean, under the influence of narcotics too, it might even be an interesting journey, I might say. You know?
Absolutely, you should be.
You know, depending on, you know, what you do, you know what I mean? But,
yeah, we definitely support Normal, but that's another story.
You're the singer in the band, and you play the bass. They seem to. Rich and Doug have seemed to, you know, emphasize some of the other themes and stuff. When you're singing the lyrics, do you?
Do I feel it?
Well, no, not that do you feel it, but do you take other things away because you're the one presenting it to the audience? Is there a difference there? Because you're the one that has to, you know,
present the songs,
present the themes and everything.
You know what? I have to understand what the song is about and kind of break it down, a brief summary, and, you know, get right into it. You know, it definitely has. Knowing what the song means, I take the energy as we're playing it. You know what I mean? Like, you have to feel it.
Yeah.
If you're not feeling it, you're just kind of like a robot. You know what I mean?
Another answer to that is we've known each other since we're kids. We're in our 40s now, and children involved. Sam and I have kids. We have thought the same way and wanted to bring our kids up the same way. Doug can tell you too. We all have separate lives, but I think we all think the same way. So it definitely, when I'm writing it, these guys,
you've matured through life together.
And when I write these songs and I read it to them, they know immediately where my head is at. Yeah. They know. Like some guys, he doesn't have to say to me, "Yo, man, explain to me where you're coming from with this." He's just like, "That's it. I know where you're headed." You know, it's like. You could kind of tell on stage. It's like we know where each of us are heading, you know. I mean, so we were a 4-piece. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. But we're planning on staying as a 3-piece for the time being.
You mean you had another drummer?
Guitarist.
Yeah. Thanks.
Right.
My job is a comedian.
But now you're playing the parts of 2 drummers. It sounds like.
Thanks. Yeah. Oh, I have to say. Definitely have to be quadridextrous to play some of these parts. I mean, I'm not just saying this to say this. Dave, both have told me this. Learning some of those jazz styles, doing certain things where I'm splitting my body, it definitely has where I'm playing three with my right hand, and I'm playing, you know, even time, and playing in, you know, 2/4 with my left hand. We actually have done things like he'll follow my left hand, he'll follow my right hand. I mean, you know, we try to do little twists like that. I mean, like I said, we know it's going to go over people's heads.
Yeah.
But I don't give a shit.
It keeps it interesting for you guys.
Thank you, right, man. You know, it's
you want to challenge yourself.
You know what? The people who fucking notice it, they really appreciate it.
Now that's like you were saying, you know, doing certain parts. I mean, I appreciate that more than you know, because that says to me, someone's listening. You know, I mean, I'm not, and I know everybody ain't going to get it on the first try, because there's things that I listen to right now when I put on, another drummer, Sean Reiner, you know, I mean, when I listen to Human, it's just like...
My favorite Death album.
And we actually do a cover of Flattening of Emotions. You can check that on Reverb. And that's on Slaves to Insanity, too.
Really?
We did a tribute to Chuck because I actually had the pleasure of hanging with Chuck, meeting him, and he was one of the greatest dudes, and he just suffered a shitty fate. You know, so scumbags all out to
Fascinating
live.
because there's been a lot of anecdotes in the metal scene that Chuck was a very egotistical person, or
I'll tell you,
that he was
not
full
my
of himself and
experience.
everything
I
like
hung on
that.
I'll tell you a quick
To me,
story.
anyway.
We were going to the Roxy. Chuck was on the phone having a huge argument with his girlfriend. At a payphone, before cell phones. Burger King was right there. Everybody who knows the Roxy knows what I'm talking about. The Burger King was right there. He slams down the phone and he turns around and he goes, "Hey guys, what's up?" We asked him if he wants to go to Burger King and have a burger with us. He went right in, had a burger with us, sat down, didn't want to eat fries because he didn't want the salt to mess up his throat, and he just bullshitted with us for 45 minutes, and it was fucking. It actually
See,
was
right there, it says he's a down to earth.
right, and you know, we're good friends with Suffocation, and they were at Morrisound when they recorded, you know, Metal Brothers Unite. Can't go wrong with that, you know. I mean, any man who says that and says it with heart, that's all, man. You know, I mean, you had guys who were disappointed in him because he had family members that were sick and what have you, and he couldn't go on tour. Life happens. You know, something, God forbid, was to happen to one of our family members. We couldn't make it tonight. Family always comes first, bottom line. And that's the way it has to be, you know what I mean? And people who know you and come see the band, they 9 out of 10 people respect that, you know what I mean? But it's definitely a different, people buy tickets, you sell tickets, you know, it's like the old saying, you know, this isn't a regular job, you know, you can't call out for a job like this. But, you know, Sam's having another spawn, so, you know, we got to take, you know, we have to take a little time and we support each other. We're a family, you know, and that's what's even the big thing is. You can probably get that.
Yeah.
We're a family, man. You know, we're an army on top of it, you know what I mean?
So we don't miss all the other bands tonight, because I'm sure we could probably sit out here and talk for the entire night.
I could talk for 25 more minutes.
Do you have any other shows coming up? You said your album's going to be out June 6th.
Yeah.
When can people catch you? How can they contact you if they want to ask you questions? Or
Okay, you can go on to Facebook, Day of Doom 666. You can go on the Reverb Nation. You know, feel free to comment and you know, let us know what you think. Like I said, Reverb Nation. You can go through lavadome.org. Also, Lavadome Bandcamp. We have a show. The next show we're going to have, which is we're going to take a little time because, like I said, Sam's having another spawn. So definitely everybody come out.
Too.
Yeah, we're going to. We'll get to that.
Oh, and if you're into horror comics, go check out InsaneTalesFromTheDead.com.
Yes, Doug has his own comic. It's totally evil. Definitely check that out. If you're into that, brutal old school comics, definitely. And then May 31st, Yapank, Red River Inn, the NYDM Festival. Also, when you go to Insane Tales from the Dead, that's our merch, and new stuff will be up there. As Sam said, we give you a little inside information. We are going to be working on our next release. We're going to be promoting this one, but we do have a title, and it's going to be our 4th release, and it should be out on Lavadome, and it's called Descent of Humanity. And just I was actually going to say a bunch of love songs to kill people too, you know. But yeah, that's what's going on.
But that would sound like Suffocation stage banter.
Yes, exactly. I'm shaking my hand, Frank. I'm shaking my hand. You can't see it.
All right,
chopping.
Thanks guys.
No, thank you, brother.
We appreciate it.